Welcome back to our Startups in 60 Seconds series. I'm here with the co-founder and CEO of Juked. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Goldhaber. I'm the co-founder of Juked. I've been working in esports for the last decade, but I've actually been in esports for about 20 years, if you count my time as a player, commentator, tournament organizer, things like that. I actually had the chance to join the founding team at Twitch back in 2011, and this is my new venture, Juked, which is aiming to be the esports destination for all fans.
Great. So let's go into more detail about what Juked does.
Really, if you look at the esports space, it's growing like crazy right now, but it's super fragmented. So the average fan actually has to go to many different sources just to follow their favorite games, players, and teams. So this is the problem that we're aiming to solve with Juked by creating a one-stop destination that has everything you need as an esports fan in one place. So you can think of it similar to an ESPN or a Bleacher Report, where in traditional sports you have these existing solutions which make it really easy to know what's happening in the world of sports and make it really easy to follow your favorite teams. And in esports, that solution doesn't exist. So we're trying to step in and be that solution for over 30 different games right now in the esports space.
Do you have much by view of competition out there, or is this a virgin territory that you're stepping into and filling a void?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We do have competition. There are a number of services and apps which typically focus on maybe one or two games.
Mhm.
In each esports game, like I mentioned, it's very fragmented. So our primary competition is actually these disparate community sites. We're the only service that's actually supporting the breadth of content that we are. So from the get-go, we made sure that we're supporting not just the biggest esports titles,
Yep.
and not just the mid-tier, but even the grassroots esports as well. And that does make us very unique.
And are you pan-geography, by the
Yeah.
way? So it doesn't matter to you as to whether it's Western Europe, for example, or Southeast Asia?
Yeah, we're totally global. I mean, esports is global by nature. It always has been. So we've got streams coming from Japan, South Korea,
Right.
Russia, Spain, etc.
When were you guys founded?
We founded the company in early 2019, so about March, and then we eventually launched the first version of the product in September of last year. So it's been just over a year since we launched.
Is there a founding team or a co-founder that you want to call out?
Yeah, my co-founder Chris is also a very experienced esports entrepreneur. Over the last decade, he's created some of the most popular esports talk shows, but he's also got a background in engineering. So he's really leading the product front for Juked, and
Got it.
we've been a long time friends, and really glad to have him as my co-founder.
What's your team size right now?
We're about 4 full-time internal. And then we've got a couple contractors as well. So I think if you put together our internal salaried employees and all of our contractors, maybe 6 people roughly, depending on how you classify all the different contractors we have.
That's amazing that you guys have, well, with such a lean team, achieved so much in such a short space of time. Fantastic. Are you comfortable talking about how much money you've raised? Has it been bootstrap, friends and family?
Yeah, so last year we closed a pre-seed round that included some friends and family, as well as a bunch of amazing angel investors. We
Hmm.
were also part of 500 startups.
Ah,
So
right.
we went through batch 26, the most recent batch actually for 500 startups earlier this year. So in aggregate now we've raised just over $1 million. That include our pre-seed round as well as a couple investors this year. But we're actually also raising a crowd equity round right now through a service called Republic. So
Got it.
you can go to republic.co and see our campaign page there. So we've actually raised about 550,000 over on Republic as well. So I was
Amazing.
not counting that as part of the million. So we're yet to close that campaign.
What's your total target on Republic, or is it open-ended?
With the regulations here in the US, it actually caps out at 1 million.
Ah,
So
right. Okay.
it's called Reg CF. So it caps out at 1,070,000. So that's the maximum that we can raise.
What's the longer term vision for the platform?
Honestly, I think esports is really at its infancy. In the next 10 to 20 years, right now, by all estimations, there's about 500 million people that are tuning in to watch esports in 2020.
Yeah.
We expect that number to continue to grow. There's no signs whatsoever that it's not going to continue to balloon up to 750 million or even 1 billion people around the world over the next 10 to 20 years. And again, there truly is no good community destination for the esports for esports fans. So our vision is to be not only where you get scores and stats and streams and news and highlights, but also where you go to be a part of the esports community, playing in fantasy esports, communing with other esports fans who are fans of your favorite teams as well. So our long-term vision is to be the community hub as well as the media destination for esports.
Are you guys hiring anytime soon? Is there any particular talent that you're looking out for?
Yeah, COVID, not a lot of people are hiring right now, but we actually are. So we're looking to build out our engineering team, and this is a big part of the reason why we're fundraising right now is to build out for engineering. We're currently web only. We work pretty well on mobile web, but we need to get apps out there as soon as possible. So we are hiring for mobile engineering right now.
And coming up to my final two questions. The first is on technology. So is there anything interesting or unique about your tech stack that you'd like to mention?
Yeah, for Juked, I think that our unique differentiator is more our brand and our breadth of coverage than it is any crazy deep tech that we've got. Not to say that what we've built is like easy to build. It's not at all. But in terms of our kind of advantage, it's more so our breadth of coverage, our connections in the space and the brand that we're building rather than the technology.
How do I benchmark a business like this? What are your KPIs? What do they look like right now? How much progress have you made in, say, the past 12 months?
Yeah, since we launched in September of 2019, we've been growing about 70% month over month on average.
Wow.
So we started with about 500 users in our first month, and we're now over 50,000. So we're
Amazing.
really excited about that growth, and it's almost completely organic as well. So we're barely spending any money on acquisition. So this is the number one thing that we're focused on today. Obviously, as we look to move towards Series A, we're still in the seed stage right now. We are pre-revenue. It will start to look more like a revenue story, but today we're all about growth, and growth has been amazing.
Great. Ben, thank you so much for your time. For everyone watching, please do check out juked.gg and also Republic for their fundraising campaign. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Kartik. Appreciate it.